Hey friends, KC Ashmore back here in the studio with you. So we're doing this deep dive into Texas criminal law, criminal defense, the defense of the accused. And we're starting with the basic foundation of this notion, and that is the presumption of innocence. So there's a lot of misunderstandings about what that means. And I think the easiest way to break it down is to actually understand the words, the definitions of the words themselves. So, a presumption, what is that? What does that mean in plain English? It is that it is a factual or legal assumption drawn from the existence of a group of facts. So that doesn't even make any sense, does it? It is a starting point, I think is the easiest way to define that. That the accused is presumed innocent. It's a starting point that the accused starts out, no matter how long they've been in jail, doesn't matter that they were arrested for the crime, doesn't matter that they're on bond for the crime. They start out with this group of facts that they are presumed innocent, and innocent means not guilty of a crime or offense. And that's the starting point in a trial on the merits in a criminal defense case. And it's critical that the defendant be afforded that opportunity, because we've learned through centuries before of different kinds of trials that guilt and innocence cannot be tested, weighed, or proven by other things than a trial on the merits to a jury of your peers. And this is so critical that it's been made a part of our Code of Criminal Procedure, the Texas Penal Code, the Constitution of the state of Texas, and then of course, at the federal level, it's part of the foundation of our system of justice and the bedrock of the criminal justice system that's incorporated within our Constitution of these United States of America and our Bill of Rights, which has been adopted by most, if not all, of the states in the United States. Texas defines the presumption of innocence in the Code of Criminal Procedure as all persons are presumed to be innocent, and no person may be convicted of an offense unless each element of the offense is proved beyond a reasonable doubt. The fact that he or she has been arrested, confined, indicted for, or otherwise charged with the offense gives rise to no inference of guilt at his or her trial. So that's an extremely strongly worded presumption, and the reason why it's there is because that's got to be the starting point. That set of facts has got to be the starting point to overcome what our founders knew would be formulated in the minds of people who sit in judgment of their peers, the jurors, right? They're going to see the accused and think they're probably guilty. They may have done it. Maybe they did it. I'm convinced they did it. And that's why the accused has to be afforded this starting point. This starting point, this collection of facts that sets aside all the other things, the arrest, the confinement, the indictment, the charge of the offense, right? It gives rise to no inference of guilt at their trial. Anything that happened before regarding the arrest, the charge, confinement, wearing orange pajamas, doesn't have anything to do with the burden to show guilt, innocence at trial. And it can't be considered. It's part of the Code of Criminal Procedure. It's one of the instructions that the court often gives to the jurors as they're first coming in, and then before they weigh all the evidence. Anyway, more on this to come. Thanks for joining me on this a little bit less formal deep dive into Texas criminal defense, and we're gonna keep working through this presumption of innocence, why we have it, what it means, and how it's applied in our law, and then on the outcome, what's the result when the outcome is favorable and not favorable. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a question or comment. And again, thanks so much for watching and being part of this team and letting us be a part of your team and shed some light on these complicated subjects that hopefully never come part of your life. But if they do, that's the purpose of these video series, is to bring enlightenment, to bring some education, to take away some of these murky ideas and get it down to where it's something understandable